Today I'm going to show you the collection that I have of proof eagles. Starting out up top, all the way over here, is the gold eagle. Over here is the Palladium eagle. Here's the platinum eagle, and here's a silver eagle. So I'm going to go through each one of them and explain a little bit of the differences. I'm not exactly an expert, but from the differences that I see. The silver eagle proof coin is one that I would believe would be the most common, that most people know. Now on the front, as you can see, is Lady Liberty, and on the back is an eagle, as you would expect. Now, normally the spot price of silver is around, I would say, between, like I said, $20 and $25. But for a proof coin like this, it's going to cost you more around $80 because the premiums are so high. Now, the platinum is, I would say, less known than the silver and the gold, but more well known than, I would say, the palladium. And as you can see, on front we have the Statue of Liberty. On the back, we have a nice eagle here. Now, usually the spot price of the platinum is around, I'd say, between this year was $800-900 and a little over $1,000. But the proof is usually about a couple $100 more. Usually it's about, I'd say, $1,200 to $1,400 or more, of course, because you don't know the rare years and things like that. Now the gold, I would say, is probably the second most common one would know about, or at least would purchase, because most people can't purchase a gold, let's say eagle. Usually it's like they're going to get this, if they're going to get eagle, it's more going to be a silver eagle. Now the gold is much higher in price than silver, of course. The spot price over the past year is between about $1,600 and a little over $2,000. Now on the front we have the Lady Liberty again. And on the back we have a beautiful eagle, as you can see. And of course these are the proof coins. So the proof coins are going to probably be about a few $100s more, and or even much more higher than that. Like a proof coin like this usually will go for about $2,200 or more. The Palladium coin is the one I find most interesting, because over the past year I've seen the Palladium spot price go from like highs of like almost close to 3,000 to around now where it's 1,500. Most of the time over the past couple of years I've seen Palladium actually more expensive than gold. Now as we look at this coin, in the front is Liberty, but it's almost like or it basically is a version of Liberty as Mercury, the Greek god. Now front is Mercury, and back is, as you can see, the eagle again. Now this is a very interesting coin in like a lot of ways, should I say. Now first of all, at the moment now the spot price has dropped down to $1,500, but I can't find a eagle coin on the market for Palladium less than 3,000, because of the only, basically I guess it's because it's all the others that are close to spot are sold out, and the only ones that are left are the years that are more expensive. And of course the proofs always push it up. For example, like a proof, if let's say spot price was 2,000, this probably would go about 2,400. As a very beautiful coin. To ensure this video isn't too long, I'm going to just compare each of the coins to the Palladium coin, because I find that one the most interesting. Now as we look at the two coins, okay, they basically, the thing about Palladium and Platinum, for me, just looking at it, it's hard for me to decide like which is Palladium, which is Platinum, until I look at the sides. Now this is the Palladium, this is the Platinum. As you can see, it's much thicker the palladium is much thicker than the platinum, and that is because it's much less dense. Now, what I find interesting also is most of the use of the palladium is for industrial and like car uses, where there is a lot more usage of the platinum and the jewelry business. So over time, it could be that the platinum's a better value, but I'm not an expert, so I just, I'm buying more for, the interest of the metals itself. So both, as you can see, palladium thicker than platinum, so basically this is less dense than this right here. Now, when comparing the palladium to the gold, right away one can tell that the gold, of course, is like a goldish color, and the palladium is kind of like a silverish color. Now, if we look at basically I'm looking at it, and of course the color is the main difference I can see right away, but I also see a difference when I put it to the side like this. So I can see that the palladium is much thicker than the gold, and they're around the same size circumference-wise. So if we look this way, it looks basically like the palladium, again, is much less dense than the gold, since the palladium is much thicker. Now last, I'm going to show you the difference between and compare the palladium to the silver. Now this is the interesting part, because I try to do a little bit of research. I'm going to do a little more, because by just looking at it, well, right away it's hard to tell, by the color, which one's more dense than the other. Now, looking at it this way, by looking at the circumference of the silver dollar, you might think that the silver dollar is less dense than the palladium because it's larger, circumference-wise. But when you go this way, it's much thicker for the palladium. So you might say, hey, wait a minute, the palladium is less dense than the silver. But you look at it this way, and you're going to say, wait, the silver is less dense than the palladium. So it's one of those things I'd like to research a little bit more, because they're not the same, let's say, circumference-wise. If they're close, it would be easier to, basically make a decision. My hypothesis is that they're very close in density. Now, normally, whenever I buy a coin, I usually try to just buy it as close to spot as possible, because if I'm in a predicament where I need to sell something, well, I can just go to the coin shop, and at least I know the minimum I'm going to get is spot. So, for example, if it's like a eagle, and it's the spot price is for, let's say, a gold eagle is 2,000, I might, it's probably not too much of a risk to spend like 2,100 and around that area, because when you get a sell, even though the gold fluctuates up and down, you're at least going to get close to that. Where whenever you get a proof coin like this, it's going to be, like a lot more than spot. So you're, like for buying proof coins, in my opinion, that's more of a long-term decision. And, yeah, it's more of, for me, it's buying more for just the collecting value of it. And hopefully someday I can make a good profit. Sometimes these proof coins can go insane in the amount of price they are. So I hope you like my video. And again, I'm not an expert at this. So if you're going to go invest in gold, silver, platinum, or palladium, my suggestion is ask someone else who is more experienced in those areas. Thank you.